I'm here with.
Aawful Aaron.
Okay. And Awful Aaron, tell me what you do. Tell me who you are.
Let's see. I am a culture curator.
Yeah, that's right.
I am a entrepreneur,
Mm-hmm.
visionary,
Mm-hmm.
son, brother.
Yeah.
Shit, might be a daddy. No,
Stop playing with me, man. Bruh.
I do got a lot of sons out there though. Y'all be
Yeah.
jocking my steves. I'm peeping
Man.
everything. I want to see everything.
Right, right. I'm dead. Please. Okay. So, what's the wildest, most unexpected place you've ever found inspiration for your work?
Hmm.
Yep.
The wildest place I've found inspiration probably would be. I mean, I've found inspirations in such wild places. I mean, usually they're like really gnarly circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
So like when I think about finding inspiration in like wild places, like it'll be me like at like a valley low,
Mm-hmm.
going to the gas station,
Mm-hmm.
like that walk, like raining cats and dogs,
Mm-hmm.
and then like suddenly I might see a color that might be like, oh, that's the color I need to finish that piece, or oh,
Mm-hmm.
that's the 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 color choice or the palette that might have inspired me finishing this one design. So I stay really. I don't know if I can pinpoint like a specific place,
Mm-hmm.
but man, like when stuff get tough, like I
Yeah.
feel like I really push back, and I feel like that's when I personally like really lock in.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
that's real.
Mhm.
That's real.
Mhm.
Because you don't go the opposite way. You're like, oh, everything's tough, so it's over. It's just like, okay, what can I do in here to get out of this
Yeah.
place? Yeah.
Well, I think as an artist, it's imperative, right? Because it's like I think the better we get at being able to navigate obstacles, it's a self actualizing power that we possess, and
Mm-hmm.
I mean, really, like being able to take that with you, like you can take that skill with you for the rest of your life, and it's international, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so I think as I set my sights on being able to move and operate outside of Cleveland, is being able to be like, okay, like, you know, how good are you at being uncomfortable and being able
Yeah.
to stay
Oh,
in that pool of fire,
yeah. No,
you
that's
know?
good. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm. Hey, shizzle. If you had to describe your art style using only three pop culture references, that could be songs, movies, celebrities, etc., what would those three pop culture references be that describes your style?
Mm,
Yeah, Awful Aaron. What are they?
I would say like it's given. I feel like it's given like Griselda of fine art. I would say. Do I need to expand on that, or is that pretty
Yeah,
like?
yeah. Break that
So yeah,
down.
so it's very much like that. Like I feel like the energy of like early hip hop and like the kind of like Coke ethos,
Hmm.
in which like a lot of you know rappers establish themselves off of. I feel like with Awful Aaron, I do something very similar in the terms of how Cleveland has been able to understand and I guess appreciate like black art. Like I feel like I'm very much putting on for a very specific niche of culture, and I
Hmm.
feel like in my through my lens it's almost kind of like the purest form of culture, the black experience as it is, and just me being a black man here in Cleveland. I think that puts me in a very unique position to not only understand the plight of someone coming from like a Midwest small town
Yeah,
such as this, but then also being able to understand that the sky's is the limit as
yeah.
far as being able, what's possible and what's feasible. And I
Mm.
think my what I've been really focused on is keeping and honoring that story, but then also being able to be like, you can come from an environment like Cleveland where it's so very uncertain and still be able to dream
Yeah, and
big,
thrive.
like massively. And so
Yeah.
I
So
think,
Griselda is your first reference, pop culture reference.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So I would
Okay.
Yeah, so I would say like Griselda records or kind of like that approach. And then I would say my second pop culture reference would be kind of like that of like kind of like Marvel movies, superhero movies.
Okay.
Kind of like the hero trope. The boy being like the least expected hero, kind of rising to the occasion
Yeah.
and kind of working his way through the ranks and being able to to save him and his loved ones.
Hmm.
So kind of like on some Spider-Man type beat. Um,
I rock with the Marvel universe. So
you know what I mean?
yeah, I feel
Yeah,
that.
and I feel like artists are modern day superheroes, especially in today's climate. Like a lot of people can't really see beyond the circumstances that are presented to them. So I feel like heroes and artists both kind of represent that hope. That civilization be
Absolutely.
high key needing, especially in times like this. So
Yeah.
I like to think and believe what I'm doing. Using my powers for the greater good is kind of falling into that pocket. And then I would say third reference would definitely kind of be like I don't know. I mean, so many pop references come to mind. But then I think like kind of like the last one would kind of be like almost kind of like meme culture in a way, where it's
Meme culture.
yeah,
Okay. Okay.
yeah, like I think or just like basketball memes or just thinking of like these pop culture references where it's kind of like you taking a viral moment from like a really silly moment.
Hmm.
Like that's I feel like that's contemporary art at its finest, like, for real.
Mm,
Like being
okay.
able to be like,
Make
okay,
a moment last longer than the moment. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
being able to capture that, being able to speak or have like a critique on what's going on
Yeah.
around you, and then being like, all right, well, this is my 2 cents through this lens.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that's essentially what the whole awful brand is built off of: observation, response, and then
Hmm.
being able to strategically kind of put it back into place so that I can continue to develop my own world and my own like uh, visual literacy, if you will.
Yes. I love that visual literacy.
Hmm.
Okay. Last question. If your art could speak for itself, what is the message it would say to the world? And like we talked a little bit about your expansion beyond Cleveland. Like, so what does that message say? Not just to Cleveland, but beyond.
Yeah, I would say that my art would say, that anxiety is hard, but shoot your shot anyway.
Mm.
Um, Essentially, being able to take the power back into your own hands
Mm-hmm.
and appreciating that if the only thing between you and your vision and your ideas is you doing hard work,
Mm-hmm.
oh man, like I don't know if you like me, but if it's just a little hard work between me and my goals, and where the
I'm gonna
hard work
grind it
at?
out.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
then where's the
Absolutely.
hard work at? Because
Absolutely.
we can do that. We gonna do that all day. So I really hope when people see my work, they are reminded to love themselves
Mm-hmm.
and to love the things that they believe are true,
Mm-hmm.
and keep fighting that good fight.
Yeah.
When I think of a lot of the people and the artists that inspire me just here locally. Um, it's not just their art, but it's how they exemplify themselves as
Yeah.
human beings.
Yeah.
They
Beyond
really great.
beyond the visual art. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they really great people.
Mm-hmm.
Like on
Yeah.
some like
Facts.
okay,
Facts.
yeah, no, that's
Shout
what
out
it's
to
about.
you. I can say your name, but I've already interviewed and I've already dropped your interview. So you know who you are.
You know who you
Several
are.
people.
Yeah,
Several,
yeah,
several of
yeah,
them.
yeah. Some of that,
Yeah.
some of
Peace and
that.
love. Peace and love.
Yeah, so it's great. I feel like it's a beautiful time to be in the city right now.
Yes. Yes, it
And I
is.
think that the cream always rise to the top, and I
Mm-hmm.
think that I look forward to having and continuing to build the art scene into what I know it'll be in like 10, 20 years from now.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Facts. Well, Awful Aaron, you know how I feel about you. I have so much respect for you. It's always good to work with you. Thank you for sitting with
Likewise,
me and talking
yeah.
to me and figuring this out together. Peace and love. Make sure you check out Awful Aaron's work. Stay tuned for the next episode. Peace and love.
Peace.